He should be on the front lines here in southern Minnesota for his constituents. The people that are hurting because of Obamacare. The people who have higher premiums and have lost their coverage because of Obamacare. The people that have lost their jobs because of Obamacare. No, he's on the front lines in Washington for the big left-wing Democrats. He needs to be in the front lines here in southern Minnesota. That's the message I delivered to his office today.
Okay, these were supposed to be yes/no questions, but I did not need to tell you that.
Yes.
So, to be fair, after that, now you're up next. We could do yes/no, but keep it short.
That
was my fault.
I think, in fact, I answered it when I started my 5 minutes, and I said how important the Tea Party was from the very beginning when I ran in 2010, all the way through until right now. I come before you tonight as someone who embraces free market principles, personal responsibility, upholding the Constitution, and all the things that make our country great. That Tea Party stands for. So the answer to that, very short, is yes.
Thank you, Mike. Aaron.
Yes, and so we can get Sandy home, I'll just keep mine very, very brief. You know, when you're not. No, you're not. When you come out of the private sector, anytime you hear that more big government is the answer, it kind of sends a little shiver up my back. And while I don't know who's going to get elected next year, although I agree with Jim, I would never vote for Nancy Pelosi for Speaker. While I don't know what group per se, other than the Tea Party, that I would join because I don't know who's going to get elected, I think that up and down the ticket in Minnesota, 2014 is going to be a very good year for Republicans. I think nationwide, 2014 is going to be a very good year for Republicans. And what we have to do is, when we regain control of both houses, is we can't squander the opportunity.
Aaron, let's go into the final 1-minute remarks.
Wonderful. Folks, I've enjoyed this very much. Thanks so much, Jim, for putting this on. And for all of you to come out tonight on a cold, snowy night. To have 100 people in this room this early is fantastic. It shows the enthusiasm that I've seen all across the district as we go to the various BPOU meetings and Christmas parties and things like that. 2014 is going to be a great year for Republicans, and it's going to be a great year to be able to turn CD1 back into the R category. One of the things I want to remind you, I've got 27 years in the military, Battalion Command Sergeant Major, and the first thing that I would do when I get to debate Tim Walz next fall is say, Mr. Walz, thank you for your service to this country, but what I really take issue with is your issues and your stances and your votes. And I am not going to let you get away with that this year. And we are going to run a commercial. That'll be our first commercial. And you've probably seen the themes. But it's going to be, if you like your health care, you can keep your congressman. Thank you, folks.
Thank you, Aaron. Mike.
It's a pleasure to be here tonight. Thank you to the Tea Party, Jim, and the whole gang. Very nice of you to be out here. I know the reason you're here is because you want to take back your country. You realize that we are at a crossroads. In a lot of ways, and I don't mean this to be in any way disrespectful, I hope it doesn't get misinterpreted too much, but you know the libs are going to misinterpret it. But I think what's been going on here with this administration, all the liberalism in big government, when you look at the insidious way that these things are being rolled out, these campaigns that are effectively undermining the greatness of America, I really feel like they're waging the Revolutionary War in reverse. We're going from freedom to tyranny. It's our time to stand up. If we take back power in these next couple of elections, get a conservative elected president, have like-minded people to stand up for the reforms that we need, we can save this country as the forefathers envisioned it. If we don't, I really don't see how it will exist as they want it, as we lived our lives and enjoyed it. So I'd ask you to follow me on Facebook, go to my website, see how I campaign, compare it with the other guys. And I'd love to have your support. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Jim.
I too want to thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight. I think I expressed my excitement for this being somewhat as a forum kickoff for the rest of the campaign. As we as candidates, Republican candidates, earn your trust to be that person who will have the chance to take on Tim Walz in the election cycle in 2014. Folks, it's a critical election cycle. I don't think it's any hyperbole at all for you to know that this is a terribly important time in our country. If you just look at the things that have been done in the name of progress over the last 4 or 5 years under the Obama administration, you've got to begin to wonder, what is the future of the United States? So it really isn't too much hyperbole to believe that unless we change now, we're in a very difficult time ahead. I've got 5 grandchildren. And I know it was remarked earlier tonight about your kids. Well, my kids are grown, they're out of college, they're in their most productive times of their lives, but they're worried about their futures. And I have 5 grandchildren. I can't even begin to imagine, unless we begin to address the serious fiscal problems and challenges that face this nation, what their future is going to be like. It's somewhat similar to what we see in Europe, in Spain, and in Greece, with 25% unemployment, with generational unemployment, and no prospects of hope. I'm Mike Benson. I'm running hard, just like I did in 2010, to earn your trust, to be the person that will represent you in the State House, and now in Washington, D.C. I have a lot of experience in running large organizations. My last job, before I started teaching, was managing an operation of 6,000 employees. I know the complexities of government and what it's going to take to make a difference in Washington, D.C. And my hope is that you'll see that too, and you'll send me there to be your representative. Thank you so much. God bless, and have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Wow, we have a good candidate here. Stand up. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mike, thank you.
Okay, we're not quite done yet here.
Come on.